want to introduce her to spend all the time doing that. So, His Excellency Ambassador Professor Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is an international speaker. She's an author, she's an advisor, she's a mentor, she's an entrepreneur. She's the founder and the director of Yes You Can International. So this is the brief introduction I want to give about Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas Folalo. So, Professor, you have the floor now to give us your insights on the topic of the day. Thank you, Professor.
So much, sir. Ambassador Kofi Aboti, thank you so much for your introduction. And I also want to seize this opportunity to give honor to whom honor is due in the name of Sir Peyush Pandit, the founder of International Intensive University, and also our African continental leader, Chancellor Dr. Professor Charles Ibora. I also want to acknowledge all our great leaders on the platform. I want to say thank you so much for coming together. I can see my brother, Ambassador Dr. Anogu. Thank you so much, sir. And also Dr. Andrew is in the background, and Senior Professor General Charles is also in the background, and also my wonderful sister that has just spoken as well. Let's say Tosa. I can pronounce the middle name. And My Excellency Chaplain Professor Jared Akama Onyari, thank you so much for sharing with us this afternoon. First of all, I want to apologize for joining late. I've forgotten that our time is not the same. So I was waiting for 2 or 2:30 of Nigerian time instead of 1:30. So I'm really sorry, sir, for coming very late. But at the end of it all, I also have joined the Facebook right from the beginning. I was there when Senior Professor General Charles was speaking on the Facebook while I was doing one thing or the other before I joined the Zoom. So I want to say I'm really sorry for my lateness on the platform. Let me continue with this statement. You've already know my name. My name is Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu, the founder of Yes You Can International. So, Yes You Can International. The theme of this conference this month is mentoring and coaching for career advancement and opportunity, which you've already known that I'm also a youth mentor and also an advisor to the leaders and also coach, if I may say, because I coach people on mindset for transformation. So it's a good topic that we need to broaden our knowledge on. Is very, very important. So let me move on because I don't waste much of your time. I could have loved to see the face of Professor Charles and Dr. Inju and many other persons, but I believe, like I said, we are all busy. This is Saturday, and we can be working behind the scene while we're still learning and sharing on IIU platform. Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. I can see your wonderful face. Right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Mentoring is a relationship in which a person with more experience supports another person to help them develop skills, knowledge, and experience they need to progress in the direction that they want to go. I believe that I was learning this earlier on from Dr. and from Senior Professor Charles, but permit me to say that Senior Professor Charles is also my mentor. So it's a great topic on the great platform to share this particular topic. So yes, I've been mentoring personally for the past maybe 30 or 40 years. in different categories. First of all, mentor my friends, and then mentors my younger ones. And then I involve in my school, especially when I was studying. Thank you, sir, for opening your camera, Senior Professor Charles. I do appreciate you, sir. So I was mentoring there, and then I decided that mentoring has the two ways of mentoring. You mentor by book, by policy, by principles, by the system, or you mentor by heart. So I will categorize myself as mentoring by heart or from my heart. And also another thing is that mentoring can be in two ways as well. You can be a mentor as a leader. You can also be a mentor as a mother. And I think I can categorize myself as a mentor, as a mother to our youth. So there are different ways to categorize mentoring. Okay, so let me move on again. What is the professional definition of a mentoring? Like Senior Professor Charles have said this morning, mentoring in the workplace, for example, described as a relationship with a more experienced colleagues share their greater knowledge to support the development of an inexperienced individual. It calls on the skills of questioning, listening, clarifying, and also reframe that they are associated with the coaching. Very, very important. I could hear Ambassador Kofi mention it earlier on, and my honorable leader, Gerard, also mentioned it that yes, coaching is very important, but mentoring will help you to start off. Coaching can be long term, but mentoring will give you a chance to, we empower you to start up something, because it's one thing to want to start something. It's another thing to want to start the process. Because once you start the process, then you can now carry on with the principles and the policy being laid down. And that is why it is so important that when we are mentoring, we are preparing questions. I know that most of our leaders, they've already known me by now. I ask so many questions because that is the only way I will know the state, your position, and where really you want to be mentored. So we need to be asking questions. And also the mentees need to be asking questions. Because if they don't ask questions, we cannot guarantee that they understand what we've really shared with them, especially our experience and others. So they need to ask us questions. I always say to my mentees, don't look at what I have gained. Don't look at my achievement. Don't look at my money. If I have money, don't look at my certificate. Don't look at my awards. Ask questions of how I got there. Ask questions of how I overcame my own challenges. Ask questions of the steps I've taken. And even when I make some statements, ask questions so that you can understand what I have said. And then listening, we need to be very active listener. I mean, both the mentees and the mentors. Then when you ask questions, you are clarifying what you've heard, because when you gain understanding of what you've heard, it will be easier for you to act on it, or to implement, or to apply the principles you've been shared. What are the 5 stages of mentoring? 5 stages can be: you need to build rapport. Before you can trust somebody, or before the person can trust you as a mentor, you first of all need to build rapport. And then you also need to set up a direction. Where are you going with your mentee? How do you want to help them? Where do you want to come in? What is that they really want you to mentor them? So you need to set up a goals of direction. And then progress. How do you want to measure their progress? I personally, I always cry out to say, please send me your feedback, send me your reports, send me anything, tell me what you are doing, and that is the way we can give more advice and also help them out. And then winding down. What best describe a mentoring? A mentoring definition, the art of process of helping and guiding another person to support their personal development. Let me commit to this. We are all different. We have our visions are different. Our dreams are different. Yes, they don't have to do what I am doing. You understand? I'm only using the principles to support them to develop themselves. For example, as a mentor, you can mentor a teacher or a president or a leader somewhere or an entrepreneur, a business person. You can, because what we're trying to do is support them on their journey, in their journey. So that is why we cannot impose our own philosophy, our ideas into them, because it might not be suitable for what they want to achieve. And that is why supporting is better than dictating for them. Okay, so why is it for any one of us? Because we all need mentor. Either you are president of a country, head of state, or leader somewhere, we all need mentor. If I can count now, for example, if you mentioned the present president of USA, I'm sure if you draw closer to him, he also has a mentor. The present prime minister of United Kingdom, I'm sure if I draw closer to him, you will discover that they all have a mentor. And even in your country and everywhere, and even those people that you looked up to, and also even your own mentors, they also have somebody that they can accountable for and accountable to. So a mentor is very important. So having a mentor can be beneficial because they can provide guidance, support, and advice based on their own experience and knowledge and wisdom. So that is so they can help you navigate challenges and obstacles, provide feedbacks and constructive criticism. If your mentor cannot criticize you, then you are nowhere to grow. Criticism is for you to grow. Criticism is for you to see areas that you need to improve. So it's very, very important. So why is mentoring so important in the workplace? Because all of us, we're working wherever we are working. Due to the psychosocial support functions, mentors provides employee with mentors may be better able to cope with stress. We all have stress one way or the other. You need a mentor to diffuse the stress. So that is why you can call upon them and ask questions or share your frustrations with them. They will, because they have the experience already, they will be able to help you, to support you, to calm down, and also to make a quality decision at that time. So what is the value of this mentoring? From a mentee's perspective, which I am also a mentee. Like I said, luckily, you have one of my mentor on this platform. I'm a mentee. I'm also a mentor. So the potential benefits of a mentorship includes gaining insight and practical knowledge from more experienced person, avoiding potential mistakes or errors in judgment, increasing self-confidence and self-awareness. There is something they normally say in my country. They say, somebody has made that mistake. I don't want to mention it in Yoruba, but somebody has made mistake and you are coming. Once you learn from that person that make that mistake, you don't need to repeat the same mistake you see that person making. Very, very important. So what is the benefit gained by a mentor? Being a mentor offers many advantages. Not only can it help build self-esteem, but it also allows mentors to gain experience in leadership and communication by helping others reach their goals. Mentors can also build meaningful relationships with their mentees. Like I have a good relationship with all my mentees and also all my mentors. I don't want to waste much of your time. I'm just going to recap and say that there are three A's components. Active listening. We need to continue to build that skills. We all need somebody to listen to us. Active listening is very important because until you listen attentively, you won't know exact words or advice that you want to give to your mentees. Active listening is also very important for mentees because if you don't listen actively, you won't gain the right information, the knowledge, the wisdom that you need to apply. So active. Then availability. Yes, we are all busy in this world. Yes, we are all busy. I mean, like me, while I'm on this way, I've started cooking. I pause the cooking. When I finish this place, I'm continuing the cooking. I'm doing the shopping. So everybody is busy. This is Saturday. You understand? But at the same time, I have to make it a point that I have to be here on this platform today so that I can learn from other leaders. That is what we call accountability. And then making yourself available for your mentees to learn from you so that you are learning from others. And also, we need to analyze before we make decision. Whatever in stories, situations, the mentees are sharing with you, you need to analyze it before you give advice and also lead them to their own decision making. Right. Yes, the topic was on mentoring and coaching, but because of time, I won't be able to give you another side of it. But I can conclude and say that there are three key differences between coaching and mentoring. The coach provides support, accountabilities, and feedback to facilitate skills, enhancing in contrast. But mentoring relationships are more nurturing and enduring, focusing on building a long-term bond between the mentor and the mentees. So mentoring involves a deeper level of relationship building, trust, and ongoing support. 5C of coaching and mentoring again can be context, clarity, coordination, commitment, and capability. How do you describe a good mentor? Well, let me mention, like one of our speakers just mentioned, uh, Honorable Kofi. So that means she has benefited from him. That is why he's a good mentor. I can guarantee you that I have a good mentor on this platform, and that is Senior Professor Charles. So without us talking, we are experiencing them because they are good mentors. So a good mentor listen, but also give their own opinion. They don't impose it, but they give opinions. They do not dictate, but rather advise. They are available to the mentee for support and as a resource. Listening and acts as a guide for the mentees, suggesting possible courses of action and helping them think through and act on concern. So, on this note, I would like to say thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share the little thoughts on mentoring and coaching. Over to you, sir.
That's a good one.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas Folalu. It
Thank you,
was
sir.
a great pleasure listening to you. I learned a lot. Sincerely, I want to listen again and again to this. The recording will be available for all of us, so we have time to listen again and again to this. You know, when you speak, you can feel already the spirit of mentoring in you. Like you can feel that you are a mentor and you are not just speaking, but you are speaking to our heart, and the connection is there. Thank you so much, Professor. It was a great blessing having you, and I know it's not easy for you to be here today, but it's because you love the youth, you love the younger population, you want to continue on the job you started 30 or 40 years ago, and we are blessed to have you. And I will say myself that Professor Eboria is my mentor too. He's one of my mentors, and he's a great mentor. And I would like to thank him for for bringing you or people like you onto this platform, because anytime we have you, it's a great blessing. We have a great joy in our heart listening to you and learning from you. Thank you again,
Thank you, sir.
Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth.
Thank you, sir.
I think that's